Ready for Carnival.
Ready for the carnival.
And here there are the precious tickets.
Alright!
Do you like your new rig?
Another quid! This time white.
We are Nick and Mathilde, and in 2022 we left everything behind to travel the world with our Land Rover Defender.
Europe, the Americas, Australia, Asia and Africa. We want to see it all.
This is day 650 and we go to Brazil.
Welcome to the Next Meridian Expedition.
¿Todo bien?
Sí, todo bien. ¿Y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Perfecto.
¿Tenían reserva para hoy?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Nicolás.
Nicolás.
We moved from Malbo into a small rented car. For the next 4 days we'll be traveling around Uruguay looking at the different beaches and surfing and see what Uruguay has to offer.
Look at this beauty! Albatross will be jealous! And it's a French car! Over the last 18 months, we traveled the entire length of the American continent, from Prudhoe Bay, Alaska to Ushuaia, Argentina. We've then prepared our car for the next big step, Australia, and put it in a container that should arrive there in 45 days. We are left here without a travel vehicle, with 45 days to keep ourselves busy. But really, this week, the real highlight is that we're due to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, for the biggest carnival on the planet. But before the party, some quiet time in Uruguay. Uruguay is a small country snagged in between its giant neighbors of Brazil and Argentina. How to describe Uruguay? To the risk of seeming overly simplifying, it is like a long coastline with some fields inland. We followed that coastline and got that little Renault Kwid test drifting on dirt road.
Nothing here. Roll it up the rim.
I don't like that. In the end, Uruguay is a simple and relaxing place that we discovered just like that, simply and relaxed over 5 days. It made for a nice and short break. This week, the real destination is Rio.
Brazil, baby!
Picking up the rental car, first observation about Brazil, we're the only one with closed shoes. This is our new rig for the upcoming trip. Brazilians in Brazil.
Alright!
Do you like your new rig?
Another quid! This time white.
We just rented this beautiful Renault Kwid and we're going... I saw you moving the head at beautiful Renault Kwid.
Smallest car that they had, cheapest as well, and I mean it works well, it's got pretty good AC.
And we have a Brazilian plate, so now we're locals.
Very local.
For a few days we're going to go on the coast west of Rio, check out the playa, the beach, and like enjoy some chill time for a bit. But the real goal of this week is to go to the Rio Carnival, which starts this weekend, and we're really excited.
Yep, can't wait. It's our 28th country now on the trip, and we make the rules, so it counts. And we will will put a sticker of Brazil on Albatross when we get to Australia. But it's the first country where they speak Portuguese here. We've been speaking Spanish since Mexico all the way till Uruguay, and now it's the first country where we understand nothing. So it's going to be a challenge for sure to get to understand everyone, because since the airport all the way till the car rental, no one spoke English or Spanish, and so we were like, oh god, and it was really tough. But
First stop, Paraty. Ahead of the carnival, we attempted a small road trip on the coastline west of Rio. Unfortunately, continuous rains in this season slightly disrupted our program. As skies cleared up, we still got some time to get the first impressions of the beautiful Costa Verde, the green coastline, and its superb Portuguese colonial town of Paraty. Ready for carnival?
ready for the carnival. Mathilde got me this sweet shirt, which I'm also going to wear in Australia.
You know us by now, the best way to discover a place is by finding out what it has to offer in terms of road food. And there, in a small and modest beach town, we found the place to be for just a couple of dollars.
This looks amazing. I mean, this is a chicken, this is some pasta, but with some sort of sauce that I want to try. Looks like quinoa, potatoes, meat. Then they have here garlic in powder, vegetables, rice, black beans. We went to the most local place with only local people. We're the only tourists here, but nobody cares. That's awesome. And it's a big plate, but excited to try it all out. We found the beach.
Bon appétit!
Cheers.
Although the coastline reminded us a lot of some places in Central America, there was one thing in Brazil that kept us truly disoriented: the language. After speaking Spanish for 18 months, what a shock it was for us to be struggling so much to understand and make ourselves understood in Portuguese. Surely the biggest challenge of our few days.
Second dinner out in Brazil, and we are not understanding anything that the waiter is telling us. She does speak in Portuguese, but with the Spanish you understand a few little words, and we're surrounded by locals and nobody speaks English. So they're using their phone to Google Translate. She just showed us which meat do you want, and she tried to explain. So more or less we understand with Spanish, but it's tough. But what is awesome is that we're literally surrounded by locals, and I think we're the only tourists sitting in this place, which is awesome.
And we can't really get away with Spanish because, like, for example, something like chicken, we were like pollo, pollo, and she didn't understand because in Brazilian, Portuguese, it says frango, chicken. So that's why we were like so confused. We were like, is it chicken? Is it pollo, pollo? And she was like, no, no, frango, frango.
Cheers. Brazilian beer. I've noticed traveling in Brazil without the Albatross is we miss the Albatross, but we're very happy also to have a tiny little car that has good AC. We don't have to worry about looking for camp spots. We've been doing hostels. Now sometimes when we do look left and right, we see pretty cool camp spots by the beach, and we always think if we were here with the Albatross we could park wheels in the sand, surf, chill. But at the same time here, because we're at the hostel where we do get to meet people, we do get to stay in the lively places and have a little bit of a cocktail, which is always nice. It's a very different trip from overlanding the way we do it, but it's still very fun. The waves haven't been so good these past few days, so we've been unlucky with surfing, but hopefully in Rio. And then the carnival starting in 2 days, literally. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Rio, get to our next Airbnb, and then get ready for the carnival.
Enough chill time. It's now time to move to Rio. On our way, we took advantage of the insane topography of the city to observe it from above. We finished our little trip through the Costa Verde and at the beach, and it was awesome.
There's still a lot more beach time in Rio de Janeiro, but also Carnival. But in between the two, we're gonna go to this rock called the Piedra Bonita, and you have the view on all the ocean, on all the different beaches, and on the city of Rio, or parts of it. Now it is cloudy, so fingers crossed that we will see something. But to get there, we have to go straight up the mountain and onto a big rock.
What's crazy is that at the level of the beach it's like 32 degrees Celsius or more. Very, very humid. Here it's humid, but it's 25 degrees. We've seen on the car. It's so much fresher, which I'm not against. It's a really cool hike, and now it gives us the overview of the city before diving in the craziness of it. We arrived in Rio, the Carnival capital of the world, yesterday. We're going to go for some visits before diving in the craziness of the Carnival that starts in just 2 days. But it was already really nice to have a few days off at the beach. We were able to finally plan the 1,000 things that are going to happen while our car, Albatros, is being shipped to Australia. And it includes going back to Europe, going back to France and Italy, where Nick and I are from. A lot of booking flights and booking hotels and booking tons of stuff. Now you know that this video is sponsored by NordVPN. We talked about them in the past. And I think it's a great opportunity to remind why a VPN like NordVPN is a great travel partner.
As you know it, NordVPN is an app that allows you to secure your internet access when you connect to a public Wi-Fi, restaurant, airports, hotels in your town or around the world. It is the wise thing to do. And there's a trick. If you take a long-term subscription, it becomes very quickly profitable. You can save a lot of money while booking hotels, car rentals, and flights only using a VPN. The reason is that depending where your internet connection is located in the world, those travel websites tend to change the pricing to adapt to the market. So if you change your connection artificially thanks to the VPN, you might appear from a cheaper location, and in turn make savings. And with the code NMEXP, it's even cheaper. By using the link in description, you get 4 months free with a 2 years plan. In the end, it's 30 days money back guaranteed. So you can always test it. On our end, everything is booked. So now let's go enjoy the city of Rio.
2 tickets for the Corcovado, the big Jesus Christ at the top. And we have to get a train, and then we'll see the whole view. It's gonna be super crowded. But it's like seeing the Eiffel Tower in Rio, I guess. So.
Yeah. The must-see attraction in Rio, so let's go. not alone. Just a tiny bit of people around. Nothing much.
And then do you want me to choose one of you guys?
Yes.
We're staying in Copacabana, which is here. Ipanema is on the right. And the city center, roughly.
Goodbye to Cristo, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Goodbye, buddy. Alright, so we've seen the Great Wall of China, we saw Chichen Itza, the Taj Mahal, Coliseum. Now we've seen Cristo, and you've seen the one in Jordan.
Yeah, actually we're complete, no?
I think we're
The
complete.
two of us together.
Yeah, together. We're complete. Something that's really cool that we have not tried yet, but are super excited to, Uber motorbike. So we just ordered an Uber motorbike. So we had to order each our own. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was really fun. I want to do that every day. Now we'll wait for Nick. He should be arriving with his own motorcycle in not too long. It's really fun. They go super fast. It's a bit scary on the knees at some points, but it's really nice.
Okay. Nice. That was fun.
That was fun.
Did yours go fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like that, the following day, something changed throughout the city.
Going to grab our tickets for the carnival. It's already party filled inside the office and full of colors. I love it.
Esto a izquierda con su pasaporte.
Ah, okay.
February 11th, right? Sector 5, Sunday.
Okay.
Everything matches, right?
Yeah, it's this. And here there are the precious tickets.
Alright, today is our first day of the carnival. We're going to something called Blockus, which is the unofficial parties on the streets. And we're going to get our friends Vanessa and Dario right now to get a little bit more prepared for the carnival. And then we'll go to our first Blockus, which is near to the beach called Ipanema.
It is popping all around town and blocking the streets. So that's the unofficial part of the carnival, and tomorrow we'll do like the big samba official one that everyone knows about. But first, unofficial.
And we feel very, very, very touristic, but everyone
It's like that.
is dressed the same way, so.
The blocos, or street blocking, are part of what is called the unofficial carnival. People take the streets and block the area by celebrating in the middle of the streets. And it goes on for days in the city. In a fascinating manner, we both got to enjoy them as part of the party and suffer from them when our Uber ride was interrupted by one.
Fascinating. First real Blocos experience. We were in the Uber coming back from the center to our place in Copacabana, and the whole street was taken over by people.
No way wait for the taxi to keep going, so we're by foot right in the middle of it.
Hopefully we can make it.
Yeah, crazy.
Despite the blocos, we eventually made it to the highlight of our time in Brazil.
We've experienced the unofficial festival, we've experienced the blocos getting stuck in a Uber in the middle of the city because of the party, and tonight is the official festival, the whole like samba competition, so...
Here we go, let's go, it's gonna be really, really packed. It's sweet.
Competition between different samba schools of the town. In the past it used to happen in the streets as a parade, but there were more and more samba schools and it was so long they couldn't handle it anymore in the streets. So they built this place they call the Sambodrome just for the competition. Each school presents 4,000 to 5,000 people. It's huge. It lasts for an hour for each school to parade. And it's over 4 different days that the competition is going on. It's fascinating, the amount of costumes, the music, the number of people, the look of the parade trucks. Incredible in terms of technology and work. It's really fascinating.
The number of people involved, the music, the craftsmanship, the energy from the paraders and from the crowd. The carnival had a simply unmatched vibe to it. The colors and sounds reminded us of the universes we had been crossing for 18 months through the Americas. But just like that, we had to pack up, and it was time to head to the airport. Over the course of the following weeks, we will go back where we are from for some time with our families. There will be a short video break, but we will come back quickly with some best of the Americas. And soon we'll be back live from Australia. An immense thank you to our Patreon family and to you all for watching every week. May the world tour continue. We want to see it all.
Enjoy Roma!
I said goodbye to Nick at the airport of Rome. wasted to see his Italian family for a week or two. And I continue flying to Geneva. I live on the French side, just across the border. And there was the view on the Alps, all covered in snow. It was beautiful. I have to say, I forgot. It was so beautiful. I was very emotional in the plane to see that again. And now, almost at the end of this long journey, and for a few weeks back home